Boom! Roller coasters. They're cool. But you know what else is cool? The art of roller coasters. Yeah, I know, it sounds pretty boring, but I think it's pretty cool. But first, to understand the art of roller coasters, there are 3 things you absolutely must know. Number 1, do not be afraid of roller coasters. That's pretty important. Number 2, bigger does not always mean better. And number 3, every twist, turn, drop, and inversion has a purpose. And once you understand that, roller coasters start looking less like giant pieces of steel and more like works of art. Number 1, don't be afraid of roller coasters. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that's easy for you to say. And look, I get it. You're strapped into a metal chair, 200 feet up in the air, wondering why you thought this was a good idea. But if we're going to appreciate the absolute fine art of roller coasters, we have to look past all of the screaming. Because underneath all of the loops, drops, and completely unnecessary amounts of steel, there's actually a lot of thought going into these roller coasters. Every curve, every hill, every twist, it's all designed for a reason. So instead of looking at a roller coaster and thinking, that thing is terrifying, try looking at it and thinking, that thing is beautiful, while also being absolutely terrifying. Because honestly, that's probably the most accurate description of a roller coaster you'll ever hear. Look at it this way. It's a train on a track. You know what else a train on a track is? You are more likely to wreck driving to a theme park than you are falling out or dying on a roller coaster. You're safe on a roller coaster, and you're basically afraid of these if you're afraid of this, because it's a train on a track. Yeah. Number 2, bigger does not always mean better. Because when you look at a roller coaster, your first thought is probably, how tall is it? And honestly, I get it. A 300-foot drop looks pretty impressive. I mean, that is some fine art right there. But here's the thing, height isn't everything. A coaster can be smaller and still absolutely destroy you, in the fun way, obviously. Some of the best coasters aren't insanely tall. They use tight turns, rapid changes in direction, airtime, and weird layouts to make the ride feel completely insane. It's kind of like a pizza. You don't need a pizza that's the size of a car to make it good. You just need the right ingredients, and roller coasters are basically the same thing. Number 3. Every twist, turn, drop, and inversion has a purpose. Because when you look at a roller coaster, it can seem like the designer just grabbed a bunch of track and went, yeah, put a loop there, throw a turn over here, and I don't know, make it go upside down 6 or 7 times. But that's not actually how it works. Every part of the layout is carefully designed to control things like speed, forces, airtime, and a bunch of other boring things that nobody absolutely cares about unless you're just a coaster enthusiast. That giant first drop, speed. That hill right after, airtime. That crazy turn, forces and throwing up. And that random looking twist that makes you question every decision you've ever made, also probably more forces. So when you watch a roller coaster, you're not just looking at a bunch of steel. You're looking at a ride that's basically been designed like a giant piece of art. Except this piece of art that moves at 100 miles per hour. But look at this. If I saw this in a wall, in an art museum, I would buy it. I don't care how much it was. I would buy it. I would steal it. I would grab a group of men and I would go in there with ski masks on. I would rob the place and I would take that to my car and hang it up in my hideout. So when you watch a roller coaster, you're not just looking at a bunch of steel. You're looking at a ride that's basically been designed like a giant piece of art. Except this piece of art moves at 100 miles per hour. But hey, that's just the art of roller coasters. Now that we know the 3 basic steps of understanding roller coaster art, what actually makes roller coasters art? The best roller coasters don't just throw random elements at you. They have a rhythm. Slow, build anticipation, then boom, speed, airtime, then another element, and before you know it, it's over. And you just wish it could last longer. And that's what makes roller coasters so cool. They aren't just giant pieces of steel. They're carefully designed experiences that somehow convince thousands of people every year to stand in line for an hour, pay money, and then voluntarily get launched at 100 miles per hour. So the next time you see a roller coaster, don't just see the giant metal structure. See the art, and then go ride it. Because this is art. This is the greatest invention known to mankind. That's Coaster Origins for you though. I just try to turn boring topics into funny videos. See ya.